Tesla supporters have been filing IRA EV Incentive petition in support of Tesla. Many people probably didn't believe it will get anywhere, but now it has turned to be a very noticeable petition. And I'm about to tell you how noticeable and what they can potentially achieve with this petition, friends. So look, the main goal of the US EV tax incentive is for US to reduce carbon emission and promote made in USA, but the execution is kind of bizarre. Moreover, for EPA, Model Y is SUV, but for IRS, Model Y is too light. So what a disconnect there, right? Here is what is weird also. This new tax incentive was terribly written, and it is truly incentivizing 7,500 tax credits to people who want to buy a hybrid with 20 miles of EV range. So $2,500 worth of lithium-ion batteries and the 7,500 tax credit. What a waste of tax dollars, in my opinion. And yet, a person who buys a 5-seat Tesla Model Y with $10,000 battery pack gets nothing. So there is a petition by Tesla supporters. Recently, electric vehicle advocates were shocked by the IRS list of qualified vehicles under the Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act. That's why it's called IRA. As per the current list, some variants of popular battery electric cars like the Tesla Model Y and the Ford Mustang Mach-E are not eligible to take advantage of the IRA's 7,500 federal tax credit, even if hybrids like the Jeep Wrangler 4xe do, despite the 20 miles of electric range or 21 miles or something like that. Now, a good reason behind this was because the IRA currently divides its qualified vehicles as SUVs, trucks, vans, and all other. Vehicles in the SUVs, trucks, vans category are evaluated on a variety of factors such as weight and are given a maximum price of $80,000. Those in the all other category are given a $55,000 maximum price in the case of the Model Y dual motor all-wheel drive. The variant was too light to qualify under SUVs, trucks, vans, and too expensive to qualify for the all other categories $55,000 cap. So what can you do about this? The IRS $7,500 federal tax credit is partly intended to promote the United States prominence in the EV sector, so shunning some of the most popular electric vehicles in the category was nothing short of kind of ironic. It was then no surprise that in response to the IRS current qualifications, electric vehicle advocates have called for changes that would allow actual electric vehicles that are designed for sustainability to qualify for those incentives. Among the most notable efforts pushed by the electric vehicle community so far was a change.org petition which called for the Inflation Reduction Act's EV tax credit system to be fixed. The petition was initially posted by former Tesla employee turned YouTube host Farzad Meshbahi, who noted that the current system that disqualifies electric vehicles like the Model Y in favor of hybrids is downright silly. The petition gained a lot of support, and as of this report, it has already accumulated a total of 44,849 signatures. That's about 45,000 signatures, and it's growing. The Change.org petition noted that at best, the current EV incentive structure of the IRA is either negligent or incompetent, or at worst, corrupt. Thus, the petition suggests that the IRA could do one of two things: remove incentives for all hybrid vehicles and instead have them apply only to pure electric cars like the Ford Mustang Mach-E and the Tesla Model Y, or have the system apply its SUV or non-SUV rules fairly. The Model Y was essentially disqualified from the IRS $7,500 federal tax credit because of the technicalities, after all, which is quite ironic since the vehicle is recognized by the NHTSA and the EPA as a small SUV. So which of these two options do you think is more fair? Let me know, friends, in the comment section below. CEO Elon Musk has spoken against the IRS current incentive structure, noting that it was bizarre the Model Y was being penalized for being too mass efficient. Musk also called on EV supporters to comment on the current EV incentive structure of the IRA. It should be noted that Elon Musk has noted in the past that he is against EV incentives overall, though now that one is coming, the CEO is pushing for fair rules. Those who wish to sign up for the change.org petition against the IRA's current electric vehicle incentive structure can do that at change.org. Let me know your thoughts, friends. What do you think about the IRS EV tax incentive? And now let's move to China, because Tesla buyers are reportedly now protesting after today's huge price cuts of Tesla vehicles in China. I'm learning from Electric that after starting the day deep in the red due to price cut being announced in China, Tesla stock turned positive after crowds were reportedly flocking to stores to buy Tesla cars. The only problem is that they were not there to buy Tesla cars, but apparently to protest. Earlier today, we reported on Tesla slashing prices in China, which raised demand concerns for the automaker in the important electric vehicle market. The price drops on some Model 3 and Model Y electric Teslas were significant, and while it will have a negative effect on the company's gross margin, we expect that it would be successful in increasing sales, because as the prices are coming, Tesla is going to sell more cars. Maybe price elasticity the thing will work there. The company's stock was significantly down in pre-market trading following the news. Now Tesla investors and supporters are sharing stories that apparently buyers are crowding Tesla's stores in China to buy following the price drop. Look at the description of this video and you can see some of them, friends. Tesla stock has since turned positive and recovered from the drop that followed the price adjustment in China. However, Electric also learned that most crowds going to Tesla stores are there not to buy cars. Apparently they are there to protest the price drops, because yesterday and the day before they bought for higher prices. Now the prices have significantly dropped. Several groups of recent Tesla buyers announced on Weibo that they were organizing protests at Tesla stores across the country. The protesters are sharing videos on China's Weibo, and some of those videos are being shared in the United States as customers rushing to buy following the price drop. Tesla customers in China have a history of protesting following price drops. They first did so back in 2019 following a rare price drop from Tesla, and then again in October 2022 following a price drop. And now there's a new price drop and they're doing apparently it again. The company famously has a policy of having consistent pricing with no discount, but it has moved away from that strategy lately. While reports of a price reduction of Tesla vehicles were coming from China at the end of 2022, Tesla officials strongly denied them, but the company specifically mentioned that no further price increase would come in 2022. Not that I'm talking about no further price increase, not price cut. Now, a few days after the end of the year, Tesla significantly dropped the price, and many customers who bought at the end of 2022 are frustrated. Grace Tao, vice president of Tesla China, posted on Weibo today claiming that the price drop is actually linked to engineering innovations, which is a good thing, because I'm sure there are many things about behind the price drop. By the way, look at my next report, which is going to detail on that. However, many people are not buying this explanation. Historically, Tesla has increased gross margins with cost improvements and only adjusted pricing when needed to create demand. Normally, I wouldn't get behind those protesters, since they bought those vehicles for a price they agreed on. But it's true that Tesla has been sending mixed messages to buyers in China. And if you get mixed messages, you may be confused. But like I said, they agreed on the price they bought it. So, I don't know. Also, is anyone really buying Tao's explanations? What about you? I see a lot of Tesla blogs running with it without questioning it, but that hasn't been Tesla. Why would you reduce pricing if people are buying at those prices? That has been Tesla's way for the last 2 years. Let me know, friends, your thoughts in the comment section below. In the meantime, this is Armen Harayan from talknews.com. Have a great day. God bless you, and I'll see you soon in our next report.